It always starts with the body. The thing that was troubling Detective John Juno was, namely, the lack of one. He did have a hand. The hand in question was lovely, manicured and soft, cuticles in perfect condition. The only hard times that had ever befallen this hand were the ones that it found itself in now. It would be a perfect hand were it not for the surroundings and its lack of a body. His own hands were rough by comparison, calloused, cigarette-stained, broken dry cuticles, scarred from burns and a lifetime of mistakes. John Juno had been to the municipal landfill before. It was a popular place near the Connecticut border to dump a body. It had, from time to time, caused jurisdictional issues with the staties from both New York and Connecticut, and the occasional run-in with the NYPD, as trash was dumped there from both states. When he received the call, he had only just laid down in yesterday's clothes. He'd spent the evening in his daily attempt to quiet his fucked up Jiminy Cricket. A mixture of booze, pain pills, and loud surroundings leading to the inevitable blackout. Passing out was one way of winning the daily battle. He splashed water on his face, filled his flask with Evan Williams, took a quick pull, hair of the dog, and set out with the throbbing drum beat pounding in his frontal lobe. He pulled on his long coat and paused long enough for the unrequested narrative to start up in his cerebral cortex again. You're a hard-boiled joke, Juno. A bad cliche. A real asshole. Yeah. Can it wait? John asked. It was cold and damp, but not committed to snowing fully. The small, gentle flakes would land occasionally, but be quickly quashed by the giant globs of cold rainwater. It was slight, but oppressive. Stepping away from his car, he lit another Parliament cigarette. Exhaling the smoke was lost in the vapor of his own breath. He stepped through the police line and was greeted by Captain Linda Corona. The orange lights of the street were being replaced by the rosy tones of sunrise. This would be the only color the sky saw today. After the sun was high enough, the fog on the water in the distance would dissipate, and the clouds would set the tone. The mandatory gray sky of winter would take over. He nodded to the captain. The voice drummed up again. You should have jerked the wheel into a tree on the way in, Juno. You stink like whatever you were doing last night, she said. It was supposed to be my day off, he shrugged. And would you put that cigarette out? You'll contaminate the scene. He waved the cigarette around like a wand before taking another drag. Honestly, Linda, Captain, the scene is a pile of garbage on top of more garbage, and the smoke prevents me from smelling it. It is god-awful, she conceded. He pulled his jacket tight. At least it's February. Can you imagine the smell in August? Silver linings, she said. She pointed to a pile where a torn garbage bag sat at its base. A few tomato paste cans lay outside the bag, a banana peel, an Almond Joy wrapper, several mint green styrofoam packing peanuts. And a few feet away, sitting on top of a pile of muddy packed snow, was the hand. One of the watchmen saw it on a round after the first trucks came and left. We're lucky nothing took it away or tried to eat it, he said. Any evidence of the rest of her? Her who? The hand. It looks to be from a female. I could be wrong. He poked around in the garbage nearby. No, we have the dogs out, and we've been combing the area for about 2 hours. So far, nothing. I don't think you'll find one either, he said. What makes you say that? She asked. He took a pen out of his coat pocket and prodded the hand. Don't get me wrong, comb the place. But this is clean, surgical. Not even a blood stain on the hand or the ground around it. She's around, JJ. There's a body out there missing a hand. Just waiting around somewhere injured, dying. Hopefully they don't have an upcoming piano recital. John shook his head and squinted his eyes. He pulled out his smartphone and snapped pictures of the hand. Burgundy polish with a twist of gold spliced through. Some kind of intentional design on the thumb. There was a ring on both the middle and ring fingers. The middle finger ring had a red and blue stone pattern. On the ring finger was a silver ring with an ornate flower pattern. There was a small stone in the flowery setting. He nudged it slightly with the back of his pen. A wedding ring, offered Captain Corona? Possibly, but it doesn't have the look of one. It's not inexpensive. Also, unless maybe Orthodox Church or European, it's on the wrong hand. Unless the other hand was already missing too. And look, if it is, it makes the spouse a prime suspect, the captain said. Juno touched one of the fingerprints with his capped pen. It also looks like the fingertips have been abraded somehow. Might make taking prints a challenge. Fucking with the evidence, but letting you know what's what. Juno stood up. His head was still floating. The effects of the evening weighed on him. John wished it would be quiet for just 5 minutes. Wish in one hand. Luckily, I know where we can find a spare. How many have been walking around in here before us? He asked the captain. There were many footprints in the exposed mud and snow, quickly dissipating in the slush. A lot, the captain replied, including fresh tire tracks from the trucks. This damn sleet is making everything mushy. The ground was chaotic. It would be difficult to establish any kind of real timeline or identification. Likely fell off a truck, or someone could have brought it in, said the captain. Nah, shouldn't be here at all. Maybe. Is there an officer on the scene who has been heading this up? I have a list of requests, John said. And neither should Linda. And why are you here, Captain? No offense, but this isn't exactly high profile. I'm glad you asked, John. She pointed to a woman speaking with the watchman. Detective Rachel Erikson has been running point. She was the first one on the scene and cordoned off the area. She'll be partnering with you on this, John. Yes, Johnny. It's been so dull working alone. Linda, Captain, is that really It's final, John. Good for you, even. You don't want the alternative. He sighed. She waved over the detective. Erikson was short. Her hair was short. Her legs were short. She sped over with an eager trot. Juno cracked a smile. Don't hurt yourself, Erikson. You've got to take twice as many steps as the rest of us. Erikson stood stiff, not acknowledging the jibe. You called, ma'am? She addressed the captain. Her tone was short as well. Yes, Erikson. You're to coordinate the findings from the scene with the ranking detective Juno. You'll be partnering with him for this. Ma'am, she replied. Relax, detective. She put her hand on Erikson's shoulder and turned to Juno. Be nice, John. Keep me posted. I have to get back to the station in a few. She walked a few paces away to speak with the other officers on duty. Of course, he burped, held it in his cheeks and blew it out slowly. I am nice. Erikson held out her hand, unrelaxed. Juno shook it. Juno watched Erikson's surprise at the bubbly pink keloid burn scars on his hand. She was actively trying not to look. Juno kept his grip for a moment longer. Don't be afraid. It's my bubble gum. It doesn't rub off, I promise. He held out his hands and revealed the scars splotching his hands and wrists. Fresh meat. Are you new, Erikson? He asked. I've seen you around the office a few times last month, but we haven't met. I worked a beat for the last few years and just passed my detective exams. So yes, he eyed her. It was on the south side, nothing shabby. I've heard of you, detective. Is she a fan, Johnny? Fine. You did a good job roping this off. Thanks, she said. Now we start. She reached for her pocket, preemptive of any requests, and pulled out a pen and pad. Okay, so, first, assuming you have all the measurements done and pictures taken, get that hand in the cooler. It's on ice right now, and we need to get it over to Malcolm Holston in forensics. Unless you find something miraculous, its exact position isn't that important. It's warming up, so sooner than later. I'll need a write-up of any shoe prints in the area. Also, get the shoe prints and sizes of anyone who works here. Cancel them out, but note them. Standard, she responded. Then I need fingerprints, both on and of the hand. DNA of the hand if possible. Check. But I don't think the fingerprints are going to be possible. Of the hand, I mean. Good, you noticed. He took a drag on his cigarette before finishing. And get me some clear pictures of those rings. Maybe there's an inscription on the inside. Okay. Full interviews of anyone on duty. There are cameras at least near the entrances and a few security cameras out front and on the shops across the street. Review any camera footage to see which trucks came through here and that don't belong. Foot traffic and when and where they were coming from. Anyone that came in prior to the watchman seeing the hand. They have logs. Not incredibly dense logs, but any odd business they'll note. And do a sweep. See if there are any sneaky ways to get in and out of here. Do you think someone carried it in? Unlikely. But it's in such a lucky, unscathed position, I want to rule it out. Another few feet in any other direction and it would have never been seen again. Right, what then? That's it for now. Here's my card. Call me and keep me up to date as you get the findings. He walked off. She smiled. Understood. Juno wandered around the scene, close enough to hear the captain assuring Erikson. Can you blame her, Juno? Ma'am, is he all right? Detective, I'll warn you ahead of time. John Juno is a peculiar man. I allow him a certain latitude. I have no doubt that he's the best person for the job. I have my reasons. And I know your record. If you want to learn detective work, this is your opportunity. Special crimes.
They're talking about you, JJ. Would you say you're peculiar?
Obviously. The captain left and Juno returned to Erikson after circling the scene. I'm going now. You have your orders. What are you going to go do? You're just leaving me? Have breakfast. Then I'll start my end. How? Don't worry about it, detective. Do you need more to do? I just want to help. If you get me this information, you are helping. If I drop something, I'll let you know if you can help me pick it up, he said. We've got this until then. And it should be easy for someone like you to pick stuff up all the way down there, he added.
Another height jab? You're gonna have to find better material.
Give me a break, detective, she rolled her eyes. She paused for a moment, puzzled. Weave? He didn't turn around.
Are you going for the cool walkaway? Is that what we're doing? Imagine what it looks like from where she's standing. So fucking cool, JJ.
Will you shut the fuck up already? Juno yelled. The shade followed. It would not.